Oscar Mike Radio is a proud podcast partner of Wreaths Across America Radio, heard every Thursday at 11 a.m. and Sunday at 8 a.m. Eastern. They're also big supporters of the nonprofit I Got Your Six, Two Lives at Once. And with every wreath you sponsor through Oscar Mike Radio, $5 goes back to this great organization dedicated to making a difference in the lives of veterans, law enforcement, firefighters, and first responders battling PTSD. Two Lives at Once pairs these brave men and women together with dogs rescued from kill shelters. In this way, two lives are saved at the same time by saving each other. Donate now. Go to wreathsacrossamerica.org/Oscar Mike Radio to help. That's wreathsacrossamerica.org/Oscar Mike Radio.
There was peace unknown. I set out to get you with a fine-tooth comb. I was soft inside. There was something going on.
Monotony. It comes in all shapes and sizes. Dull, tedious, just plain boring. But what is this? A contender, perhaps? Something unboring by the looks of it. Jabs right at dull, an uppercut to tedium, something that keeps you on your toes, keeps your head on a swivel, a knockout punch to your old, boring workouts. Welcome to Fight Camp.
That's how I spend most of my day.
Homicidal, suicidal, genocidal, and extreme to the bone!
What happened to Sabu? Never got the accolades, never got the money he deserved, and almost killed himself for every promoter he worked for.
You want a match? It's gonna be your last one.
I don't know. There's no story. No planned out, premeditated story that I know of. Unless, if I was to maybe die tomorrow, then that'd be a good story.
The educational crisis in this country is the civil rights issue of our time.
So you go to Washington, D.C., our capital, right? Go right down the street. Some of the worst schools in America are less than 2 miles from the state capital.
As a family, how was our report card? Sure.
Can anybody out there hear me? Hear me?
Get ready! Woo! We are on tour, and we're doing it better than anybody else alive. Now, Buddy Landell, it's so hard for me to sit back here in this studio looking at a guy out here hollering my name when last year I spent more money on Spilt liquor.
Every bar's holy, straight divinity. Great stability with ancient wizardry. God ghost writing on the page after I prayed, he visits me. My frame is spiritually plateauing when angels lifted me.
Welcome to Turnbuckles and Spilt Liquor Podcast. My name is Lito. My co-host is Sinista1. And listen, y'all, we got a hell of a pod tonight. You know what I mean? Some special guests. You know what I'm saying? I don't say that often, but this is real. First, we have the first ever African American Intercontinental Champion. Y'all know him as Ahmed Johnson. We know him as Mr. Tony Norris. How you doing today, Mr. Norris?
I'm doing good, bro. How about you, man?
I'm good. I'm doing real good. Last but certainly not least, we have author, writer, educator, and hip-hop aficionado, Mr. David L. Shabazz.
How you doing, sir? I appreciate it.
How you doing?
I'm great. And you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Right. So how I like to start my, my pod, usually I just check on my people. I do run a Black men's mental wellness group. So I just want to ask y'all, whoever want to go first is fine. 1 to 10, if you were to say, how would you say where would you say your mental wellness is today? 1 being the lowest, 10 being the highest.
I'm gonna say 8 with me, man.
Okay, that's good.
It depends on the time of the day for me. Right now, I'm about a 7, but I can feel it going up as the show goes
on. Nice.
I've had them nights. I'm at a 9 because I was like, bro. At first, I was like, okay, I'm gonna just have to let these two chat, and then Kevin was like, hold up, wait a minute, is tonight the night that so and so? He's like, nah, never mind, my birthday can wait.
Facts. Yeah, for real.
So I'm at a 9 right now because it's about to get real up in here, boy.
Nah, seriously. And for me, I'm a 10. Straight up, birthday tomorrow. Blessed and highly favored for sure. Glad to be in this situation here. So I'm good. I'm great.
Glad to have you, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, where do we start? Where do we start, Mr. Shabazz? Tell us a little bit about what you got cooked up over there.
Well, I'm an educator and an author. I'm a full-time college professor and college administrator. I'm also an author, and right now the latest book I have is the Pro Wrestling's Black World Champions, and I'm on the 3rd edition of that. It was started by my brother Julian back in 2009. He wrote the first edition of it, and he passed in 2020, and so I was carrying on that tradition because there have been more Black world champions. So it gave me an avenue to further his work. And I did that in 2022. And the 2nd edition, now I'm on the 3rd edition now, that was just released in July.
Nice. That's dope. That is super dope. And you have a copy with you right now that people can see. So,
of course.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
That is so dope right there. So when creating something like that, what goes into how do you get your list together? Is there certain things you talk about, certain topics, how they won the championship, things that they may have had to overcome? How do you go about getting your information?
Yeah, it's a lot of research that goes into it. There's both, going through documents, talking to people, looking at old interviews, interviewing people. I actually interviewed Stevie Ray. Me and Stevie have been pretty tight since the 2nd edition. For the last couple of years, we're actually working on something. I can't say what that is, but I give you guys a hint. Me and Stevie are working on something. And but I interviewed him. I interviewed Ric Flair. I interviewed
nice.
Ron Simmons. So those were personal interviews for the book. So yeah.
Hold on now. You said that one name.
Yeah, Simmons.
Ron Farouk. I know.
He said, yeah, I know.
You know what I'm saying? That's dope though. So you spoke to all of those guys and was able to come up with that 3rd edition, or?
Yeah, and this one is bigger and badder than the others. It's over 300 pages. And like you were saying, it's a lot of the stats on the people. There are 27 wrestlers in here, and that would be, to write a full biography on everybody would be 27,000 pages.
Right.
So it's just profiles, highlights of some of the things that they've been through, the championships, their significant matches, and those types of things about each one of those. And some of it is a little, I won't say it's redundant, but a couple of people are in there twice, because someone like Ron Simmons is in there for himself, and then he's also in there. I have the Black World Tag Team Champions. So as a member of Doom, he and Ron Simmons, Butch Reed, also have a section in the tag teams as well.
That's dope. I can't wait to read. I can't wait to get a copy of that and read that.
Thank you. Yeah, it traces the history of those world champions, and that's been, I think everybody has sort of universally agreed now that Ron Simmons is the first Black world heavyweight champion, recognized as the world heavyweight champion, and that is not to take anything away from Bearcat Wright, who won a version years ago, and Bobo Brazil, who certainly had a legitimate claim to the most historic, I was going to say real championship, if you will, the NWA.
Yeah.
The oldest, the most historic at that time, which because, as the audience may not know, the WWF, the WCW, the AWA, all of those came out of the NWA.
That's right.
That was the big conglomerate that controlled all of those territories. And so for a Black wrestler to have won that title, and Bobo actually beat Buddy Rogers for the title, and it was like the audience may not know. Well, let me not assume that. It was a typical gimmick match. So it was called, okay, well, Buddy said that he was injured, so the belt was given back to him. And that actually, wrestling kind of turned on itself, kind of ate itself, if you will, because of gimmick matches like that. When you have greedy promoters, and maybe not necessarily greedy, but everybody's trying to make as much money as they can. So if they can say that their regional champion is the champion, he beat the NWA champion, that's something they can use and they can sell. And that's what led to the demise of the territories. That's what led to the rise of WWF at that time. And, and WCW, Crockett was the largest of those bodies, and it basically took over and renamed it after the show. The show was World Championship Wrestling. That's basically where it came from. Wrestling kind of turned on itself. Those gimmicks that they used to use, they would let, and that was great for the audience. They wanted to build up their and Mr. Norris can definitely back me up on that. When they wanted to sell tickets, their champion, they have to make their champion look good. The world champion has to make their champion look good to sell tickets.
Right. Some people don't know that I was the world champion there too. I beat Jerry Lawler for the world championship. Most people don't know that.
Wow.
Yeah, I beat Jerry King Lawler in Memphis.
Oh, okay.
And most people don't really know that. That's something that seemed to be hush-hush for some reason. And my opinion on that is, I'm going to mention this brother's name because to me, he should have been Intercontinental Champion, World Champion, everything, and he never got a chance. And that's Junkyard Dog.
JYD.
Yeah, absolutely.
I agree.
I don't think he get enough praise, man, for what he did for African Americans.
Yes, sir. Matter of fact, when I was a kid, one of the first matches I seen was it was a tag team. JYD. It was an old videotape that we had. So the VHSs, you can go get them. It was an old. It was JYD and Ernie Ladd against was it Andre the Giant, and I can't think of the other guy it was, but it was a good match. And I didn't even know at that time, you know, growing up, you don't really see. I mean, I'm a kid. I'm probably 6, maybe 5, 6. I mean, I saw Hulk Hogan. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, and we ain't got to talk about that guy.
So it's, you know, when we talk about the older wrestlers and back in those days and times, the funny thing that I tell people, even though we had our stereotypes when it came to black wrestlers, even though we had stereotypes, I still tell people till this day, wrestling was growing up where in the 70s and 80s where there was racism and a lot of stuff, wrestling, despite the stereotypes of black wrestlers, it still showed black males in a positive light. The Coco Bewares, the Junkyard Dogs, you know, you saw
Tony
all
Atlas.
these guys, Tony Atlas, you know, even though it was, you know, some of that shucking and jiving or whatever, still was a positive light for black people. And I don't think pro wrestling gets enough nods for that. You know, showing black men in a positive light when everywhere else in the 70s and 80s was showing black men as losers, drug dealers. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I don't think wrestling gets that type of props in my book.
Right.
And I grew up in a bad neighborhood.
Should have been champion before me, Stevie Ray, Ron Simmons. Junkyard Dog was there before all of us.
Yeah.
And he should have been world champion because he would draw a house when he goes somewhere. I mean, people came out to see him. And that's a name that you can't mention without somebody knowing who it is. You say JYD, they know exactly who it is.
Yeah, he had a lot of respect. From what I saw a special about JYD, and nobody had anything bad to say about him. Everybody loved that guy, you know, and he was one of the nicest guys out there. They said he was strong, though. They said he was stronger than people realized. So I don't know how true that was, but that's what I had heard.
Yeah, I got tag team with him a few times, man, and he was pretty strong.
First black tag team was with Tony Atlas and Rocky Johnson, right?
Yes, the Soul Patrol.
Mm-hmm. I never got to see any of their matches. Yeah, never got to see any of them. I even tried to look up some on YouTube. They just wouldn't. I'm gonna still try to find some more, but
well, they didn't last long as the tag team, and that's probably one particular reason for it, because they beat the Wild Samoans for the title, and I think they beat them in their defense, and like lost like the next match or whatever. So they only had maybe like two matches as champions.
That's a trip.
That's crazy, ain't it?
Yeah.
How long were you Intercontinental Champion, Mr. Norris?
I don't even remember. But remember, I got injured, so they took the title from me when I got injured.
Yeah.
And they gave it to, they had a little tournament and Mark Merrill won it.
Oh yeah, that's right. Cause you was Vince's guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's when I got injured.
Mm-hmm.
From Ron Simmons. Go Farouk.
Good old Farouk.
Kidney shot.
Hey. I thought that was a work at first.
No, bro. I'm still on medication today because of that, man.
Oh my goodness.
Ooh. Yeah.
Ooh, damn.
It was a kick, wasn't it? It would kick you.
Oh,
Kick you. Yeah. Yeah. That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Good old Ron Simmons with the kick there.
Now was that when were both of you in the nation at that time?
No. Matter of fact, I didn't even know he was even in the building. They just brought him in, and I think he think I disrespected him because I didn't come say hi to him, whatever. But honestly, I didn't know he was in the building. And then they told me, he was going to run out and give me a kick, and I opened myself up for him, and he put that kick in there, man.
Mm.
But he got his receipt, though. You can believe that.
Got that receipt.
Yeah, he got that receipt during that street fight.
That's dope.
Oh yeah.
Had to get him back. That's what, but that's what they talk about, them receipts. Now, let's ask y'all. I want to ask y'all about this real quick. Did y'all see or hear about the story about Rampage Jackson's son? What he did?
Yeah.
Coming to find out, that was whose gym was that they were
Rikishi's.
in? Rikishi's, yeah.
Promotion,
and it got shut down.
Yeah.
How y'all feel about like watching that? Did you think like, because they were saying there was a lot of factors in that made him go crazy, or lose his temper on the guy. The guy doing what he did to him in the beginning with they said it was a fake beer can that he hit him with, but he wasn't a wrestler. He an MMA guy.
Yeah.
So how do y'all? What was y'all take when you first seen it?
When I first seen it, bro, it was like I thought it was a work at first until I seen him throwing them punches, and the guy just went limp. I knew then it wasn't a work. Mm-hmm. But I think he got boosted up by that. I forgot the guy's name with the cowboy hat that told him to, go ahead and give him a receipt. Mm-hmm. You got a veteran telling you something like that. You're going to do it because he's a veteran. You think he know better. But it was kind of dirty, man, if you ask me.
Mm-hmm.
Because the guy apologized to him like 3 times.
Yeah.
And the guy thought it was squashed, and it wasn't squashed. But I think he got a bunch of people that just got behind him and started boosting him up, and he did what he did.
What about you, Mr. Shabazz? How did you feel when you saw it?
I didn't actually see it. I read about it.
Okay.
So yeah, I didn't actually see what happened. So, but I was thinking, maybe it was a shoot, a work at first, but I guess it turned into a shoot. And so, did they have some kind of history?
Not at all.
Not for the beer can.
From what they were saying, and what they were saying too, he was already knocked out from the slam.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. So he hit him all those times. He was already knocked out, so he didn't feel none of that.
Hence the murder charges. That's why he attempted murder charges, because he was already knocked out, and that's why he got that charge. But yeah, it's an interesting case. They lost their WWE ID status, which is a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
So
they sure did.
Rikishi's hurting on that one.
Hurting bad because his sons are up there, and that kind of crap follows you, man. It follows you. Trust me, I know.
Right.
Rikishi has his podcast, and so Zilla went and made his debut in what was it, TNA?
Yes.
When he went against Jeff Hardy, and he wanted to do Umaga's best friend was Jeff Hardy, according to Zilla, which is Umaga's son. So he made his debut, and Rikishi talked bad about him, on his podcast. Was mad at him because he wore face paint. He had Jeff Hardy do his face paint because I guess his dad wore face paint at one point. He had Umaga do his face paint, and it was nice. I mean, it was different, but Rikishi got on there and talked so bad about Zilla.
Did he?
Zilla's mom. She got back on. Zilla's mom got on TikTok and did a live, and she was cussing all about Rikishi.
Man,
she was. I said, "Oh my goodness, yeah." He took his platform, and instead of, you take that, people listening to him, instead of lifting him up, building him up, so he can make that extra move. First fight in TNA, they won, and he's trying to get to the WWE with the rest of his family, so he can be a part of this whole bloodline situation. And then you say stuff, that could possibly, push him back. It was just crazy, man. You know what? But you know what they say about family.
Yeah.
Sometimes family can, they can hurt you worse than, For sure.
So in the book, David, what was the most interesting champion that you had to cover in this book and look up?
Wow, that's a good question. They all were pretty interesting. I would say to kind of take it a little different. Jay Lethal is one that I was actually really impressed with a lot of his credentials and just sort of disappointed at the level of success that he, has not yet achieved that I think he should have. I think he has a lot of credentials behind him, and certainly the charisma of a champion, doing that Macho Man imitations and Flair imitations and all.
He did excellent too.
Yeah, definitely. And those are the kinds of things that I believe that they really look for, which has made it more difficult for the black champions, which happens all the time. Black people have to be better than best.
Yeah,
that's right.
Oh, you got to have some kind of gimmick that stereotypes you. You know what I'm saying? And Jay Lethal didn't have that.
That reminds me of also when we had Mr. Norris on the last time. That kind of shocked me and surprised me when we were talking about the heat in the back room, and you let us know. You said that you came into that locker room and you said the most heat you got was from the brothers who you thought was gonna accept you, but yet these dudes was and that blew me away. I think that blew Kevin away too. We was like, whoa, it was just crazy. But then sometimes me and Kevin, we have these conversations. Sometimes it be your own kind. It's crazy. Wow.
I saw that interview and that's something that Tony Atlas said and happened back in the day, that like the promotions really only wanted to push one particular black wrestler, and they didn't want at a time, and so that could make the others a little jealous.
I was surprised that Ron Simmons said on one of his interviews, he said he was jealous. He admitted it on one of his podcasts, and I was shocked to hear that. I mean, yeah, brother, I got more heat from the brothers than I did anybody, man. And that threw me for a loop, being, with my military background and my football background. I'm used to people working as a team, as a unit. And none of that was there, man. It's every man for himself in the wrestling.
Yeah. Wow. I was just thinking about today, like, we don't have... When the last time we had a black WWE champion? Was it Bobby Lashley?
You talking about WWE? Yeah, I would say WWE. Bobby Lashley. Yeah.
And that
we've had a ton of them in NXT. Running through the gauntlet in NXT. But you're right.
Yeah, but not on the big the big stage.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that matters, man.
And on the women's side, we got Naomi had it and had to give her up, but she had it. She was Sasha at the time when she was in WWE. And she's
Mercedes Moné,
Bianca Belair.
Bianca, we have had them in AEW. Swerve, Swerve Strickland. They took it away from him so quick though.
Did Jacqueline get a belt when she was a diva? Did Jacqueline secure the belt or no?
I think she did once. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought. All right.
She was the first black female champion in WWE.
Okay, I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
I didn't know she was the first. I thought there was somebody before her, but okay.
She was the first. Then Jazz followed her.
Yeah.
Then you had the divas, Alicia Fox.
I seen you shake your head when I said Swerve. How they did Swerve with the belt in AEW. He had it for a while, and then they just all of a sudden just took it away from him.
Yeah, it's almost like that was. I hate to say a token, but that not to take anything away from Swerve, but it looked like they were just trying to get that publicity because they had a press conference after it and everything, but they really didn't have a plan for him, didn't have a program for him, so they took the belt away.
Yeah, and I've been waiting for him to get it back ever since, and it don't seem like they're putting him in that position. But when he had the belt, I mean, AEW was flourishing. Fans, I mean, they were getting people from here. Jim Jones was there and at one of the PLEs and did his entrance, announced him, to come out. I don't understand these companies, man.
So, and I got to ask Mr. Norris this too, though. Sometimes with champions, and this was rumored with Jey Uso losing the belt, there was a comment made by Triple H during a press conference, and he says, when you get that belt, he said, you can't become complacent. He says, because you can lose that belt as quick as you got it if you become complacent. In other words, what I took that as is that what happens is some people get that belt and then they think, oh, I got the belt, I don't have to work hard no more. I could just show up and people are going to cheer for me. You know what I'm saying?
But was he not working hard?
I gotta ask. It may look like he's working to us on TV, but behind the scenes, he may not be putting that work in that he's supposed to put. That's why I gotta ask this of Mr. Norris, because he's been there, he's been behind the scenes. So that complacency that Triple H is talking about behind the scenes, is there something that you're also supposed to do behind the scenes to keep that going?
Yeah, you gotta. You being a black champion, you got to be, like bro said, you got to work twice as hard. So, I mean, you got to keep yourself out of trouble. Don't get baited into any arguments or anything like that. As far as his work ethics, I don't know him, so I can't comment on that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm hearing running late to events is one of them things that in pro wrestling, if you ain't sticking to the schedule, I heard that could really mess you up.
Big time.
My thing is, we're in a like today, we're in a time where if he let's say he did run late, right? I seen one clip on that that we were watching where the guy wouldn't let him through because he didn't know who he was, the security guy. So he held his car up. He held his car up and said. He said, I'm Jey Uso. I'm wrestling tonight. He said, hold on. I'm looking for, who was he looking for? He's looking for
Mark Henry.
Somebody.
He was looking for Henry.
Mark Henry or somebody, yeah. And then he said, bro, I gotta go. Like I have to go. Like get dressed and all. Like, and he's like, hold on, sir, I can't let you through. You know what I mean? So he wasn't gonna let him through until he said he said, this is Mark Henry behind me. And he said, that's Mark Henry? And then he said, well, hold on, you don't go nowhere. He pulled off anyway. Because he had to be, you know what I mean? He had somewhere to be.
I don't blame him.
Yeah, I don't blame him either. But, it is disrespect. If y'all telling me that I got to come in here and be here at a certain time, why does this guy don't have my information so that I can get into the parking lot?
Exactly.
Or whatever. You know what I mean? So if I'm late, it's because of this guy and whoever y'all didn't tell him my information to let me be cleared to go through, to get through, so I can go do what I need to do. So, I don't know, man. They did Jey Uso terribly wrong to me. You know what I mean? That showed me, like, I was like, damn, like, they didn't even give him a chance to really, and his fans are still cheering for him every single time he's out there. They go crazy. In Paris this past weekend, they were going crazy when he came out.
But you have to remember too, though, Jey is being chased by some nasty rumors in regards to the female employees. He was linked. They had to calm down the whole Jada Parker.
Well, he still. I seen him in the airport with Jada Parker.
No, because now the word is that he's with Jackie Redmond now. So now so you see what I'm saying? So this is the type of stuff that we don't know.
This is stuff that only matters because of this right here.
Yeah,
that's the only reason why it matters. If it was somebody else, they wouldn't care who they messing with. None of that.
Oh
so
yeah,
you take the belt from him because of that.
Is he married? I thought Jey was married though.
No,
Jay not.
No, he was. he is divorced. But like I said, it only matters because he's black. That's it. Let's just be real. I mean, that's why else would that matter? Who he's dating?
I agree. I mean, it would have been a white guy. Even if they didn't have the information, they would let him through.
Exactly.
They would let him through whether they had the information or not. All he had to do was say, "I'm one of the wrestlers," and they would let him through.
Right. I saw a post that you put up recently, and I seen it, and I said, "Oh shoot!" I said, "Mr. Norris is shooting." It was a video of Mark Henry walking in the airport or somewhere.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And you said something, and I can't remember exactly what you said in it, but I was like, "Ah, dang." They said something about Mark Henry's his back or his legs or something is.
Yeah, where he's walking.
Yeah, the way he was walking. I said, "Goodness gracious!" So you and Mark Henry, y'all not cool at all.
No, not at all, bro. Because he's a big liar, dog. I mean, Mark Henry is the biggest liar I swear I ever ran across. He's always been that way, man.
Damn.
And then I think he was, one of Vince's little snitch boys in the back. Vince has his little secret agents in the back, and I think Mark Henry was one of them. But no, I don't get along with him at all, man. Like me and Fruit talk. If you seen where, me and Fruit was sitting together talking, and we kind of straightened things out. But Mark Henry, I don't want nothing to do with him, man. Want nothing to do with him.
That's crazy. Was there something that happened within the industry that happened, or is it just you just heard him doing a lot of this?
Yeah, he just run his mouth, man. Like he said, one time that I put some drugs in his drink or something. Why in the hell am I gonna put drugs in your drink? What am I putting drugs in your drink for? In anybody's drink. And he said that lie, man. Because I know if you'd put drugs in my drink, I'd have whipped your ass right there on the spot.
Ding.
Yeah, then he said that I heard Farouk first that I kicked Farouk in the kidney, which is totally backwards. I don't mess with him, man. And I hate that him being a brother and all.
Yeah, being a brother, yeah.
Right.
I hate that part about it. That, two brothers can't get along and the industry's small enough without you making it smaller for us.
Hey, I can't listen.
That's a good point. That's a good point right there.
Yeah.
For sure.
I mean, it's small enough, dog. We got a hard enough time trying to make it as it is. And you making the box even smaller for the brother. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of that was kind of my question earlier. Were you both in the nation at that time? Well, I was specifically about Ron, but I guess were you in the nation with Mark Henry at that time as well?
No, it was me, Ron, and D-Lo.
Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't in it then.
Okay.
But the thing about me is, if you got something to say to me, come in my face and say it. Don't be yippity yapping behind my back, man, and telling lies and stuff. I mean, we both grown men. You got something to say to me, come and say it. Because I'm gonna come to you if I got something to say. I just don't like that, man. I just don't like backstabbers, man. Like they say, crabs in the barrel. Every time we get up, one of us gonna pull it back down. We have this thing as black men where we don't like to see other black men successful. And I don't know what's up with that, man. Because I'm not like that. I mean, I'm behind you. If you get a push, man, I'm behind you, dog.
That's learned behavior. That's what it is.
And it's sad that's the behavior that we got to get away from, man.
That's a later on topic when we get into this hip hop discussion, because those are the images we kind of was forced in hip hop to we talked about this off air one time, Kevin. We talked about, I was mad one time because I simply went to the supermarket to get some food on a Friday night to have movie night in the backyard. And I came home mad and told Kevin, you know, can we just go to a supermarket and see another brother and either dap him up or just give him the nod? Why we got a mean mug in Shaw's when you're doing,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's two black men. Why we got a mean mug? I'm not down for the mean mugging in Shaw's, bro. I'm getting my detergent and my 50% off groceries and my day old like do we really have to mean mug in Shaw's? But that's that whole, like I said, we can get into this when we get into the hip hop section, bro. It is.
He probably was mad at you because he paying full price. You talking about you paying 50% off?
Hey, I look for the sales. Look, I'm not these young cats. I see these young cats. I'm old. Look. I go to the back of the supermarket in the meat section where they had that one section of meats that they've already marked down for the day because they were yesterday's meat from the deli. I'm getting on that because I'm gonna go home and make myself a grilled cheese with some fresh turkey, day old turkey from the deli. I'm good, bro.
I understand.
But the mean mugging is out of control. The mean mugging is out of control.
Well, you know, that's something, you know, when we talk about this in our Black men's mental wellness group as well. It's like a lot of us have grown up to kind of like, we were taught to hate ourselves.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. We hate each other, man, but for what?
Yeah. We were kind of
then
taught
you
that.
want to, you know, cry about the white man holding you down. Nah, brother, we holding each other down. You know what I'm saying? When we get together, we're a powerful group, man. We get together.
Listen.
I mean, we're powerful. But, you know.
Fashion. Sports. Music. I mean, we pretty much started everything.
Yeah.
Country, it don't matter what kind of music. Country music, blues, jazz. We were the first to do everything. I don't care what nobody say. Like that's, I mean, you know, they try to say that. I seen this lady. She said something about people were mad at Beyonce because Beyonce made that country album, but she made the country album because she felt like she was never gonna get album of the year at the Grammys. So she was like,
"Wow,
let me do this and see if they give me album of the year." And she makes the country album, gets album of the year over Taylor Swift. Got that Grammy.
Who commented on that, man, with Jesse Body Ventura. Did you hear that comment he made about music?
I didn't.
Well, Jesse Body Ventura came out and said on a podcast, he said, if it wasn't for black music, there'd be no music at all. He said they started country, they started the blues, they started jazz. And he said, if it wasn't for black people, there'd be no music. And this is coming from Jesse Body Ventura.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's just facts, you know.
Yeah.
100%. Let's talk about so
I
go ahead,
got
bro.
a question on the book. So you're in the book is in its 3rd edition.
Yes.
How do you update your editions? Is it additions to the book itself, or is it additions to somebody who might be in there and you find out more information about that person?
Well, it's kind of additions to itself, and it's basically based on the industry and what's happening in the industry. Just to kind of give a little, try to make a long story short, the book, you know, when my brother passed in 2020, and I found his book, that the first edition, which was really like an ebook that very few people actually saw. You know, it gave me that opportunity, and I was really trying to pay some respects to my brother, trying to, you know, when I put that second edition out, and I kind of feel like I rushed it. It was probably like 80 something pages, which was, you know, more than double what was original. But I felt like I rushed that one. And this one actually gave me a little more time to do some more research and to put a little more into it, and a little more of even my own personality as well. And when I'm talking about the industry, like Bianca Belair and the women were really largely not included in the second edition. And the reason for that was because WWE was not calling them the champion. They had won the Raw Championship or the SmackDown Championship. I'm like, okay, so who is the champion? You know, because they started like they were trying to follow the NFL when they first bought WCW, like professional football, when the AFL and the NFL joined and made the two into conferences, NFC and AFC, to fight for the Super Bowl. They pretended by making Shane McMahon, you know, the head of WCW, like they were really going to run it like one company and run WWF or E or whatever at the time, you know, as a separate company. And I thought they were going to really follow that football model and have a Super Bowl where they had a WCW champion versus WWE champion for the world championship, single world championship. And, you know, so lately they just decided that, well, while I'm on the men, let me go ahead on and say it. You know, that was an issue I had with Roman Reigns. Roman was WWE champion. He was a Universal champion and took all the belts and became the undisputed WWE world champion or whatever.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, while he's champion, they create something called a world heavyweight championship. Wait a minute. You got a world heavyweight champion.
Yeah.
So then it just slowly just got away and just dissolved those belts and just faded away, the Universal Championship. So now we got a World Heavyweight Champion. But that's what they did with the women. And that's why those women were not in that second edition, because I wasn't focusing on the Raw champion or the SmackDown champion, because that would I'd have so many champions. I wouldn't, you know, the book would be, you know, again, thousands of pages. I was trying to just focus on the World Heavyweight Champion. And since they recognize those as world titles now, and they call them the WWE Women's Champion and the WWE Women's World Championship, and they're recognizing both of them. Like on the men's side, they're recognizing the World Heavyweight Champion and the WWE Champion, both as world titles. So that's one of the reasons, which kind of gave rise to that third edition and allowed me to have more representation of the sisters in there that were left out the last time. And it wasn't on purpose. It was just because, you know, the organization did not call them
world champion,
the franchise.
Yeah.
Yep. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So how can people purchase the book?
It's worldwide. You can get everywhere. One central location, my website, davidlshabazz.com. And that's SHABAZZ, DAVIDL. That's from my website. You can order it there. You can order it from Amazon and Barnes and Noble and all of the bookstores, and actually don't want to undercut them. But if you order it from me, it's actually a little cheaper than ordering it from them.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely going to support. And
this is a little off the subject, but Mr. Shabazz, did y'all come out with a line of clothes? Because I brought a shirt one time. On
Shabazz Brothers?
Shabazz.
The Shabazz Brothers?
Yeah, I don't know who it was. I just knew that Malcolm X, wasn't Malcolm X's last name really Shabazz?
Shabazz, yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I brought a shirt one time with it on my sleeve.
Yes, that was not us. That was some different brothers at the time. I think one of them may have been a part owner of FUBU, or I know they had a relationship at one time, but no, that wasn't us.
Okay.
Nice. Do you have so I know you're selling your book and everything. Are you you said you are a professor, college professor as well?
Yes.
Where are you right now?
I'm in Kentucky, and I teach journalism, communication, radio, TV, and newspapers. Yeah.
Okay. I'm in Ohio. So not too. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Close to Cincinnati, not too far from Cincinnati.
Oh yeah, you're not far away from me. I'm in Frankfurt, in the capital.
Okay. Nice. That's good to know. Okay. Hip hop. Let's talk a little bit of hip hop. real quick. Best hip hop artist of all time.
Tupac.
Tupac. Why?
Tupac was socially conscious. Tupac had a phenomenal work ethic. I mean, the brother just worked. He outworked almost everybody. And you know, that's something that you saw after his death. You saw like 2 or 3 albums and three like movies that he had already. You know, the brother just had an incredible work ethic. And I think his commitment to Black people and Black men in particular. I know some people may question some of the lyrics in some of his songs, but I mean, it's street and it's raw, and you know, but he loved his people. He was committed to the people, and that's, you know, I think one of the things that we were talking about all along. You know, if the system can find some kind of way to split Black men up and get us mad at each other, like they did with him and Biggie, that's all they're looking for, that opening, and they can tear us apart.
So for me, when you talk Tupac, you know, I gotta say, I hate Hollywood. I hate the record. Well, not Hollywood. I hate the record industry, because I was a fan of Tupac before he was Tupac, before he was this angry Black man. And, you know, Tupac was about positive music. He was coming up through the ranks, and, you know, he was in Digital Underground as a dancer. His first video that I saw him in was Brenda Got a Baby on BET. His videos were opening people's eyes up and talking about the stuff that we didn't want to talk about as a community. But then guess what happened? Tupac was in this movie called Juice, and he played one of the most ruthless Black characters in the history of Black movies. And I said this to a lot of people. I said, the record company had to capitalize on that Bishop character. And when that Tupac album came out after that movie, Tupac, the rapper, became Bishop. And that took him to his grave. In my opinion, that Bishop character took him to his grave, because that's what they turned him into. Because the actress who was on Different World was dating Tupac at that time, and she said he was nothing like the person that he portrayed. And I saw that, and I felt like he was taken from us. That man, acting wise, would have gotten an Academy Award. He was above and phenomenal as an actor. And again, you guys talk about how people take stuff away from us. I felt like Tupac was something that was taken from us before its time. But like I said, I feel like the record company ruined him. They murdered him. They turned him into that Bishop character and brought that Bishop character into his music, the spitting and the angry Black man. And I felt like that role took him to his grave. I swear I stand on that. 10 toes.
I can agree with that. I mean, because he, you know, again, they do these psychological studies on us, you know, so they know these things. They know that he's the son of a Black Panther. They know that his aunt was had to flee the country. You know, so they know he's got enough that he's already mad about internally as a person. So they prey on that, and they slowly pull that out. You know, it's slow. It's very meticulous the way they do. They're very careful to where they can create something and have you thinking that this is real, and it was all manufactured.
Above the rim too.
Yes.
His role in that was different.
not the sound. Go ahead, Mr.
No, I was actually going to bring you in, because the professional wrestlers understand, you know, creating characters and controlling audiences, having people love you one day and hate you the next.
Yeah.
Pro wrestlers understand that.
Yeah. I was going to say, you took the word on my mouth. I was going to say Tupac too, not to sound repetitive, but Tupac was my man. And I got to study on Tupac. You know, I did the movie Too Legit. Too Legit from MC Hammer's movie, and about Tupac and Suge Knight. I got to play Suge Knight in it. And you have a good chance to watch the movie. It's called Too Legit. It's on You can see it on YouTube or your phone.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I got to play a big role in that, man. Playing Suge Knight, and you know, him and Tupac. Yeah, I got to play Suge, man. And him and Tupac were pretty tight, man. But I'm not sure if he didn't have something to do with that, man.
Suge, yeah.
I mean, after studying Suge and doing my study for the role and everything, I don't know. Suge was a ruthless man, man.
I honestly feel like he didn't have the right people around him before he died.
Right.
Nope.
Because he should have never even gotten to that fight.
No.
Too many people around, you know, somebody, as many people that were there, they should have protected him and said, nah, come on, let's go. Got him out of there way before, you know, any of this. Maybe he would still be here today.
Yeah. Yeah, he didn't have the right cast around him, man. He didn't have the right people around him. Because I'm telling you right now, Suge Knight was a son of a bitch, man. He really was, man.
He knew he wanted out of that contract. He knew he wanted out of that contract for getting him out of jail. So, you know, that there's a lot that played into it. But yeah, we lost a huge talent when we lost Tupac.
Yeah.
Huge talent.
Sinister, what was I know there was something in particular that you wanted to speak about or talk about when it came to hip hop. What was it? You had a question for Mr. Shabazz?
Oh yeah, just that he kind of was touching base on the psychological part of hip hop on us. You know, that image that, you know, like I said, we can't walk in the store without mean mugging each other, and part of that is the bravado and the stuff we were fed for so many years in hip hop. The way we treat women, all that stuff. I'd let him talk on that. I mean, this is what he's
Yeah, I mean, it's you know, it is what it is. And what it is the industry basically trying to control us. In communication, in journalism in particular, there's a theory called agenda setting. The agenda setting is basically they're setting the agenda and telling you what to think about. We think we're using our own minds, but we're not. They're setting the agenda for us. I mean, think about it. There's no other race of people that just denigrates themselves publicly. Can you name any song out there right now that doesn't have the N word? Any movie that doesn't have the N word? What other race of people does that? Why is that constantly being flooded down our throats and hearing that? So when you ultimately see another black person, that's what you think they are. Exactly. And we know that's a destructive term because let a white person say it. We're ready to fight.
We're ready to fight.
You know it's a destructive term, but it's constantly fed to us as a badge of honor to say that to each other. And it's not empowering. It's not empowering to call each other brother. I mean, if you have to get to that, say my ninja, you know, if you got to work your way up to brother.
Yeah.
You know, do something
that's
more,
what I say, my
more
ninja.
empowering. But we don't do that. And that's by design, because everything that comes into, you know, garbage in, garbage out, knowledge in, knowledge out. All we're being fed is garbage. And there's no offense to the artist, because the artist is just trying to make money and not really thinking about what they're doing long term to their people.
Right. And Mr. Shabazz, you got that right on the head, because I'll tell you guys just real quick story. One time I came to the building, okay, the raffle. I came to the building and Shane McMahon pulled me to the side and was like, Ahmed, do you mind getting some gold teeth, man, and some chains? Yeah. And because you like start wearing your pants down a little bit. I'm like, this is what he told me. Wow. He actually wanted me to come in looking like that, man, with gold teeth, a chain, and my pants pulled down. I was like, man, I don't dress like that for nobody.
Right.
And I ain't putting no gold teeth in my mouth for nobody. And we got a little heat from that, man. And But he actually asked me to do that, man.
And brother, I don't want to take over and start asking
No,
questions.
go ahead.
But
Go ahead, Mr.
let me
Shabazz.
ask you about Triple H. Your thoughts about Triple H, and I'll kind of set the stage. I started the first chapter in this particular book is an analysis of WrestleMania 19, which is Triple H, Booker T challenging Triple H, and that promo where Triple H basically, you all are familiar with that promo where I think he went too far with it and saying, you would come out here with your nappy hair, and your suckers. I mean, I think that's Triple H for real.
That, brother, you hit that right on the head. That is Triple H 100%. Now, don't get me wrong. He ain't no fool. He know who to say that to. If he said it to me, I'd have knocked his ass through that ring. But he knows who to say that to and who to get away with it, with. Just like Booker T let Vince come out with the, "What's up, my nigga?"
I remember that.
Yeah, Booker T let Vince call him a nigga on national television. I mean, so they knew that they could say shit like that around certain people, and they knew there are certain people that can't say that around. Because Triple H ain't never came to me with no shit like that. But yeah, bro, Triple H is a racist from the word go. I mean, look how he's backing up Trump.
Right.
Every time you see Trump now, you see Triple H ass in the background. For what reason, I don't know.
You also see Lawrence Taylor.
Oh, dog, don't even go there with me on Lawrence Taylor. I used to hang out with that brother, man. I used to go party with that brother.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Lawrence Taylor is the
For
biggest.
him to say that, man, I'm here to serve you. I want to be a service to you. Man, come on.
He said, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. But I'm here to serve you.
Oh, man,
Master.
Please don't go there, man.
Massa.
Right.
I'm here to serve.
Lawrence Taylor, man, I was like, no, this can't be Lawrence Taylor I hung out with. No, that was so embarrassing, man, to our people.
I was cussing up a storm when I seen that. I'm watching. I'm like, look at this.
That is so, I'm telling you right now, if I run to Lawrence right now, I think we'll get into a fist fight.
Oh, damn.
We'll get into a fist fight right around them right now. Because I would have to confront him about that, man.
He just looked weak as, like, I don't want to, because I get upset. But when I believe that when you're on a stage of that magnitude, how you look when you're the only one that looks that way around everyone else, you have to be cognizant of how you're talking, how you're speaking, what you're saying.
Yes.
You cannot get up there and look like Toby.
Right.
He reminded me of Snowball from the Django. That role that Samuel Jackson played.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he reminded me of
Who
Snowball.
that on that nag? I just couldn't, when I seen it, I couldn't believe. Like, I'm like, it's almost like he was afraid or intimidated by all of those people around him.
Dog,
like he felt like he didn't belong. Yeah,
he got his
He
acceptance.
got cocaine big time. I don't know if he was high or what, but you had to be high to say something like that, man. I'm here to serve you.
Right.
Damn. I'm Farouk, that's the name now. Damn.
Yeah, man.
Right.
That blew my mind, man.
Yeah, when I heard that, and then Trump ate it up when he said that.
Oh, they loved it. The white boys were smiling behind him. They were happy as hell. He said that.
He's here to serve you.
Man,
Like,
give me a
the
break,
choice
dog.
of words.
Right.
I mean, he could say anything but to serve.
Serve.
Something else, yeah. That
Right. You don't
word.
serve nobody.
Yeah, exactly. The Lord.
Right.
That's
The only
it.
person, that's the only person you serve.
That's
right?
it. Serving no. See.
Yeah, you better cut that short, man. We're gonna play some stuff, man. You're gonna get us banned.
Yeah, we
10:30.
10:30. Yeah, that's a quick hour.
But you know, but the hip hop, I'll get it there. You know, that's you know, and hip hop kind of gets its roots into a book I wrote before that on Dolomite, whose real name is Rudy Ray Moore. Hip hop had big influences from Dolomite, because especially in the 80s and 90s, I mean, Big Daddy Kane, Luke, Two Live Crew, all of the rappers, Snoop Dogg, all of them was sampling Dolomite.
Yep.
You know, he was you know, known as the X-rated comedian, and I guess why he was such a became taboo, because he never, unlike Red Fox and Richard Pryor, who were also X-rated comedians, Rudy Ray Moore did not go mainstream. So he was kind of persona non grata. We don't touch you until Eddie Murphy, you know, a mainstream who also had some raunchy comedy himself.
Right.
You know, when he puts out the movie Dolomite is My Name, that's what kind of gave legitimacy to the character. And to tell you a little story behind that, because Mr. Moore was mad at Eddie at that time, because he was supposed to be put in Harlem Nights along with all of those other great comedians.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
And I don't know whose idea it was to put him out. Kind of like what we were saying earlier. I don't know if the other comedians did not want him in there.
Yeah.
You know, brothers hating on the brothers. I don't know if it was them or the company, but somehow he was left out of that. And I think that always bothered Eddie. And so when Eddie got to the point, you know, his way of paying him back was making that movie.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I didn't know that. Wow.
Nice. Mr. Shabazz, you have any other questions for Mr. Norris?
No, well, but I will say this though. Can you tell us a little more about you winning that belt? Because that was something I didn't know.
Well, yeah, it was funny because they didn't tell us who's going to win until the end of the match. You know, at the end of the match, what they do, they got a signal to get the referee. And the referee goes from there and says, you know, he's like, Ahmed, you're going over. And I was like, what? They're going to give a black man the belt? And it happened, man. It happened just like that. You know, they came up with it, and, hey, I went for it. You know what I'm saying? And then I hate that another brother had to injure me and put me out, you know, and they had to put the belt up for grabs because I couldn't go back to work anytime soon. But hey, it is what it is, man.
How many times, because, you know, the cats got out of the bag that professional wrestling is scripted,
right?
But many of you guys are real men who can really fight. So how many times has the match been called in the ring and not necessarily scripted, or a person didn't go, from your experiences, that they didn't go along with the script?
You'll be surprised how many matches went off script. You know, but the thing about it is, when you get your butt back to the back, either you're gonna be fired, or you're gonna have to listen to Vamp rave and go off on you. But there's quite a few matches that went off script, man. I mean, I knew I was in some that came close to going off script.
For other reasons.
Right. That's why they said, you know, that's why they got the rumor out. Oh, I may have hurt people. He was too rough in the ring. And no, man, if you hit me, and I think you hit me hard, I'm going to hit you back hard. You know, so I mean, some of the rumors are true.
Yeah, kind of like Braun Strowman when he kneed Brock Lesnar too hard in the face, and then Brock punched him for real.
Yeah,
a few times. And Braun
Brock,
Strowman, he said, I deserve that because he said when I hit him with the knee, I didn't mean to hit him, like I did, but he definitely, because they asked him, they said, did Brock really put his power? And he said, yeah, he hit me with everything he had.
Like,
he said, and that's why I went down.
Yeah, me and Vader got, real, but the thing about Vader, what was cool about Vader, before we even went out to the match, he told me, I'm going to lay him in there, man. He said, so you can lay him back in there on me. And that's what he did. He laid him in there, and I laid him back in there. You get a chance to watch that Vader match, the very first one. We were laying him in there on each other, bro. But he let me know he was going to do that. So I was cool with it. But yeah, that Mr. Shabazz, that happens a lot, man.
Ron Simmons said that same thing. Him and Vader, when he won the title from Vader, that they were really going at it. They were really brawling, and because like you said, Vader said, I'm a big tough guy. I can take it. You can too, or you're not going over.
Gee, yeah, that makes sense.
Well, Brady got to bring the ring with Vader, man.
I always thought when he hit you, that was real anyway, because he didn't hold back when he hit you.
Right.
That's why I feel sorry for them young kids that had to wrestle Vader, man. When I got to the match and I see one of them young kids on the card with Vader, I was like, man, I feel sorry for you, bro, already.
That is so dope, man. Well, this was a very, very, very dope podcast. I feel like we need to do a part 2 of this.
We do. It's too short.
We definitely gotta set up and do a part 2 of this. Mr. Shabazz, tell everyone how to get in contact with you, your social medias and everything like that.
Yes, at David L. Shabazz. This is the easiest way. That's through IG, Twitter, X, and all of those. My website, davidlshabazz.com. You can find that's the link to all of my socials and everything right through there.
Okay.
And I have a free gift for everybody who signs up for my mailing list on the website as well.
Nice. Ooh. That's nice. And what about you, Mr. Norris? Tell everybody how to get in contact with you.
Oh, no, I would say Facebook. My Facebook's full up. They can't hit me on Facebook no more because it's full up.
Just contact us and we'll.
Yeah, y'all got the contact, man.
Yeah. Contact us on
me,
Turnbuckles and Spilt Liquor on Facebook, and if y'all got questions or anything we need to pass on to Mr. Norris, we'll do that. Because that's how we roll. That's what we do.
Yeah.
For my man Sinista1, my name is Lito. This is Turnbuckles and Spilt Liquor podcast. We are out. Peace.
In me in vantage points, so I can't abandon joints. Gotta grab the coins, pay me wickedly. Superman of Thor, who am I? Haters mimic me, and they fans cheer him on with their capabilities. Wow, double entendre, crazy lyrically. Had to read a page in Timothy to take it seriously. Cause I ain't scared, I ain't got no fear, baby, get with me. Open doors for the people, you can say it's chivalry. I drop bombs, it'll be a day in infamy. Mainly cause all my ops feeling painful instantly. Stay for sympathy, not me. Creating imagery that everybody you like I made a simile. Facts.
World to the other, then you made